Morning, it's Monday. I'm off to Whitley Bay. I'm going to meet with a church there. They don't have a minister at the moment, so they're in what we call settlement. Oh yeah, you're right. Morning. Wow, I've not vlogged. So last week I started to vlog on Monday, and I was vlogging, talking, walking to the car, and and my neighbour started talking to me. So then that meant I was running late for the rest of the day. So therefore just didn't vlog. And then I was on Zoom a lot. So it wasn't appropriate. Yeah, last week was a really interesting week. Again, another tough week. Listening and holding stories. But I think we're getting somewhere. I think in the hearing of the good, the bad and the indifferent, I'm kind of formulating what's needed, what's required for the next stage, which is really, really good. Also had a fantastic chat with Helen Cameron, who is heading up Project Violet with Jane Day, and I've been asked to do a bit of research with that. All the female regional ministers have. So I will be doing that, which is really interesting. So I'm going to, I think, take a look at the differences of women in ministry relating to their age, because I think that's a really big problem in our Baptist family. You know, the lack of millennial leaders is an issue. The lack of millennial female leaders or younger is even more of an issue. So I will be doing that. Today it is Tuesday, and I am in my car, obviously, but I've decided not to drive to my meeting today. I am getting the train. I'm getting the train because I am going to Manchester. I'm travelling down to Manchester. Oh, I live so far up north. I'm getting the train to go to Martin Luther King House, which is where Northern Baptist College is. And I will be spending the day at the college, meeting some of the students, listening again, and then speaking to Cara and Glenn, who are the co-principals, about how we partner together in the MBA and what a future of that could look like. We already do partner. They are the main Baptist college that supports Cranmer Hall and the free church track there. And so yeah, it's going to be really, really good just to spend some time with them and get to know them. So today I'm in Manchester with the ministerial students, which is great. Morning. Yesterday was great. It was so good to meet some of the students. Obviously, the students that are in the Northern Baptist Association mainly train at Durham at Cranmer Hall. So I didn't meet any of the students that are in the MBA, but I met students that are in the Yorkshire Baptist Association and the North West Baptist Association. So that was good, and it was really good to just see the college, actually, see what happens there, joining in worship, sitting on some of their seminars. Sorry, I've got the TV on, so like different colours there. Oh man, why have I got the TV on when I'm trying to vlog? Sorry, mental. There we go. I'm not going green now. Yeah, so it was really, really good to be there with them. Great to spend time with Clara and Glenn. Just looking at what synergy we can get between Northern Baptist College and Northern Baptist Association. Looking at what we can do with potentials for continued ministerial development, publicity for training for ministry, and how we come across some of the hurdles that gatekeepers put in the way. Often, if a church leader doesn't agree with women in ministry, that means they don't get given the opportunity to explore their calling. So how do we support women in that context? How do we support those ministers who are not knowing the theology around LGBTQ plus inclusion, and how do we respond to that? How do we wrestle with that well? So that was a really, really fruitful conversation. I then got home, didn't get home till about 9:30. So it was really late, and then emails, which was good. But today, it is still dark. It's first thing in the morning. It's Tuesday. I am heading to Leeds. Leeds isn't as far as Manchester, but I'm leaving early because I need to set myself up in a coffee shop in order to plug in to the core leadership team of Baptist Union for 9:30. So I have to get an early train. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm in Leeds because I'm meeting up with my colleagues, Graham Ensor, who's the Regional Minister Team Leader for Yorkshire Baptist Association, and Phil Jump, who's the Regional Minister Team Leader for North West Baptist Association. So we're going to get together because actually just to spend some time together, get to know each other a little bit better, and explore what possibilities there are around how we support each other, shared ministry, shared support between the 3 Northern Baptist Associations. So that should be fun. It will be fun. It will be fun. They're a great laugh, and I've met with them in lots of other scenarios, but we've not really had time to concentrate together. So it is 5 to 7 in the morning. Man, big up respect, commuters. Big up respect. I am now going to drive to the train station to sit on a train again. Yay, trains. But at least I don't have to drive. Let's go. Morning. Wow, it's Friday today. So I talk about myself as if I'm like several people in one muppet. I had a great day in Leeds with Graham Ensor and Phil Jump. So they're kind of my equivalents in the North West Baptist Association and the Yorkshire Baptist Association. So we were just getting to know each other, spending time together, looking at how we can partner together. It's really good in this role to have that accountability and friendship, and the challenge and accountability that brings, as well as the kind of inspiration. So that was great. So I spent a lot of time on trains this week. I'm not really a train fan, but yeah, it was quite a long journey. That's not going to improve, is it? But I won't get political. Then I had, so that was Wednesday. Thursday I was on Zoom all day, pretty much. So I had a team meeting, which was really, really productive with the team up here in the Northeast. And then I was speaking to some of the millennials across Baptist Together, a little bit about my presidential theme, but also about actually what does building the bigger table really look like. How do we speak into the structures? You know, at the moment, Baptist Together are talking a lot about the future, and I'm the youngest one in the room often. So you kind of go, you're talking about the future, but you're not including these of people that are going to be ministers in those times. So that's a really interesting one. because I have an opinion, but I just represent my opinion. You know, there's not one united millennial voice or one united female voice. And one of the things that is starkly obvious, you know, Baptists Together, if you are listening, stop talking about us as if we're not in the room. Sometimes we are in the room and you're talking about how we need to engage millennials without actually talking to the millennials. Come on. Like, let's get with it. You know, you're talking about a financial review. Include millennials in that, not just me as a token millennial. Anyway, we'll get on to that. So we discussed how we can do that, and one of the women in the group shared a brilliant illustration of another kind of Christian group, but she used this phrase: people talk about handing on the baton without actually handing it on. No, that's a really good phrase. It's a really helpful phrase. So that was that. And then I met up with Jane Day to talk about the coaching aspect of Project Violet and what that entails. I have to be really honest, this whole kind of coaching in that element is really out of my comfort zone. So I have mentors and I have people that really challenge and are quite directional with me, which is great. I don't really get that coaching, that more soft side. So I'm kind of trying to work out what that means in my head for my spirituality, how I can get the best out of that without it being a burden. Yeah, so actually I'm quite challenged by that. Just doing things differently. So doing differently excites me, but there's also, you know, it's quite intimidating, isn't it, when you do something differently, when it's out of your comfort zone. So I'm kind of learning that process. And today is early on a Friday morning. It's not that early, but it's early. I am driving to Alnwick. Alnwick. It's got an L. I don't know if you pronounce the L. Alnwick. I want to say Alnwick. I'm meeting up with Roy Searle, who's one of our Baptist pioneers. Well, he's a Baptist Pioneer Ambassador. Baptist Pioneer Ambassador. I will get his title right. And he's an amazing guy. He's got a real heart and passion for the Northeast. So he kind of cut his teeth in ministry here. Is part of the Northumbria community. And again, his form of spirituality is so different to mine. When I was at Spurgeon's College, he used to come and Spurgeon's was a Bible college. He used to come and do sessions every year, and it was really reflective, really meditative. And I would do anything to get out of them. Like, I would go to the basic minimal in chapel, then go back and write my essays. Like, it was not where I was at. And there's still part of me which really, really struggles with where it's at. Sorry, I went a bit blurry there. It's because I keep looking at my phone. The notifications are going off. Sorry. Focus. Yeah. So that kind of meditative thing is not my style. Anyway, a couple of years ago when I started getting involved in Mission Forum and facilitating that space nationally, I was on the leadership team of that with Roy. And Simon and Lindsay as well, and we got to really kind of know each other a bit better, and kind of my respect. I always have respect for him, but my respect for that expression of spirituality grew. And then when I was appointed here, he's been absolutely championing and praying and supporting me, but we've not spent some real solid time together. So today we're going to spend some solid time together. I expect to be encouraged, enthused and challenged and kind of reworking some of my thinking on things. So I'm really excited about that, and I think he's going to show me around some of the delights of the Northeast, because this is quite north. That's why I'm up so early. This is quite north, so I'm going to do that. So I'll take you on that. I'm really excited looking at the areas and also some of the kind of pioneer stuff that's happening there. So yeah, I'm really excited about today. But first of all, I need to get petrol and check the tyre pressure in my car. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm driving to Alnwick. But hopefully by the end of this vlog, I will be able to pronounce the place that I am going to. Let's go. Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, so you will have seen, if I've edited this in the wonderful way that I edit, the last place I was in Alnwick. Definitely pronounced Alnwick. I had a great day. I went up to meet with Roy Searle, and we hung out with Caroline and Chris Friends, who are pioneer ministers. They're newly accredited ministers, so kind of still in part of the system, as in they're 3 years after training, and they've been doing some wonderful work based on the mission of God, like all churches should be. And so alongside their church, they have these missional communities that are taking God's story and Jesus' transforming glory into lots of different spheres. So it was great to chill with them. There's a challenge though, isn't there? Because my role obviously at the moment is listening to see where we are. It's important to find out where we are before we can step into where we need to be. And pioneers have often felt, not just in the NBA but across the whole Baptist family, that sometimes they're not heard, they're not understood. And so we talked about some of the barriers that maybe have been put in place intentionally and unintentionally, and how we can support this moving forward. So that was sometimes not easy to hear, but good to hear, and it was really good. There's a real excitement about what God is going to do in this place at this time. And then Roy took me on a little road trip, as you would have seen, to the places that really meant a lot to him. So where he came to faith, where he felt called into ministry, his home, the place where he trained. The North East runs through Roy's blood, and he has a real passion for place and people, and of course God. We then went just over the Scottish border, first time in Scotland, and met up with Ali. Ali is the lead for rural ministries within the North East. And so it was great again, just spending time with him, hearing about his heart, what rural ministries do, how they support churches, his role in that, some of the challenges, and more excitingly, how we as the NBA, the Northern Baptist Association, can partner with rural ministries in the future. So that was amazing. I'm really excited about that. So then I drove back home to Stockton, and made it just in time to meet up with some of the women from Stockton Baptist Church. Shazia has got a real heart for bringing together women in prayer, and so I met with her on my first kind of Sunday at the church, and she's absolutely wonderful. And her and her husband Enoch welcomed a group of us in, fed us amazing food, and we just shared. And it was great for me as a kind of newbie in church and not around a lot to meet some of the women, but it was also just great to hear their hearts for what God is calling them to do as a body of believers, and there was this real synergy around nurturing the future generations as well. So watch this space. I'm really excited to be involved in that. And then Saturday I had a proper chill day, went to the gym. I watched all of Tiger King 2 in one sitting. And I know if you're sitting out there thinking she's not responded to my email, I am sorry. Not sorry, actually. I really enjoyed it, and I really needed that day just to chill. I will respond to your email by Monday morning, I promise you. But I did just watch Tiger King 2, and it is weird. I cannot believe this is real life, but it was good to switch off. So I feel totally energised and refreshed to go to Gateshead Central Church. They used to be called something Baptist Church, drop the Baptist. I'm not quite sure where I stand with churches dropping the Baptist bit. Anyway, I'll reflect on that on another day. Gateshead Central Baptist Church. It's not Baptist. I don't really know. I don't know the title of the church, but it's in Gateshead, which is in Newcastle. I'm really excited to go there. I met with Duncan a couple of weeks ago to hear his heart and to see his kind of passion for the community. So I am off to Gateshead to preach, again looking at our partnership in the gospel. So I'm in one of our family churches, so let's go to Newcastle. Up to Newcastle. I drive up to Newcastle, so I know I'm not in North, but I am pretty north. Up to Newcastle. Here we go. I'm home. It is freezing. It's proper cold. So yeah, it was great to be at Gateshead Central Baptist Church. That's the name of the church. I was rained on and cold, but it was good to be with them. Good to be with the fellowship there. Yeah, this week's been manic, visiting people, listening, hearing, discerning. It's a long period of listening. It feels like a long period of listening. I know in real time it's quite short. But yeah, we're nearing on December, so we're nearing on me having been in this role for 100 days. So the purpose of me listening, spending time, discerning, seeing where God's at, is to feed that back to the trustees. And out of that come up with the strategy of where we're going. What's really exciting is there is becoming a quite clear way forward, which is great. So that's the first part of the strategy, to make sure our structures are right, and put the right stuff at the heart of where we need to be. So that's great. I am exhausted after this week. I am gonna just do my emails today, for the rest of the day, because it's dark and grey and horrible, so it's proper duvet weather. You know what I mean? You just want to watch a Disney film in your pyjamas watching TV. I won't, because I know I've got emails to go through, so I will do that. And yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You can follow me on any of my social media handles. Give it a thumbs up, which is a like. Share it on social media. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Next week you will go with me. I'm in London next week, so a couple of early starts, but yeah, I will see you very soon. God bless.